Hello, welcome back my friends. I'm so happy that you're here. Today we are diving into part 2 of our Starseed series where we talk about the 4 different waves of starseeds and what their purpose and different signs of these different waves so you can see which one you might be. If you don't know what a starseed is, I encourage you to go check out my previous video that I made. What are starseeds and are you one of them? I will link that in the description below, or I will try and figure out how to put it in one of those cute little information icons. I'm still learning about YouTube, so I will try and figure that out for us. On a little side note, you guys, I am so excited that I actually got my hair in some braids today. I cut my hair like this short, I'll put a little photo, back in late 2018, and it's been a little while since I've been able to put my hair in some kind of braid. And before I cut it, my hair was like past my booty, and I did all kinds of different styles of braids. I felt like a little Khaleesi, and so I'm just so happy that I'm getting back into, feeling like more of my normal self, like my physical appearance self. I feel like I'm rocking a little bit of a galactic Wednesday Addams, and I'm okay with it. So now that I kind of got that out of the way, let's hop into it, the 4 waves of starseeds. So the first wave of starseeds was called the blue ray wave. And these beings, usually you guys would probably be around the age of 40 to your 60s by now. If you went to Woodstock, you definitely are a blue ray. Just saying, because that was basically the whole spinning point of, changing our society and our generation and, steering away from the war and going more into a peacey, loving vibe. The purpose of the blue ray wave, their sole purpose was to come here and just to repair the DNA that had been damaged or mutated. Back since World War II, we just went through a lot of trauma which can be stored in our DNA, a lot of food impurities, and so their purpose was just to kind of come here and to reprocreate with this new different type of DNA that was less mutated and damaged. So some of the signs of a blue ray would be that you're a little bit more quiet and reserved just as a human being, and you most likely are a peacemaker or peacekeeper. So if ever like your friends are fighting amongst each other, you're the one that's like, hey guys, and you show them the 2 perspectives and help them make up. Another sign is that you connect with higher realms easily, and you find the paranormal to be totally normal. You could have more of a mystical appearance, and you most definitely are empathetic. You are very adaptable to all situations, which can be a good thing. So if you're traveling to a different country, you easily adapt to where you are. At the same time, this could be almost to a fault, where if you've been in a toxic relationship, you just adapt to how things are. Another sign is that you communicate best through your creations with artwork. That is like your best way to communicate. And this is a sign, I feel like, for all starseeds, but it's definitely one for the blue rays, which is the stars feel more like home than this planet does. You most likely are a water sign, so either Libra, Aquarius, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, or Gemini. And you might suffer from chronic fatigue because you subconsciously transmute negative energy into positive energy. So you could be experiencing a lot of fatigue in your life because of the people that you interact with daily, and they have very negative energy, and so you don't even realize it, but you are working hard to make sure that that energy either doesn't affect you and so you're transmuting it into a positive, or you may even be doing this healing for others on a subconscious level. You tend to get somewhat frustrated with other human beings. You just feel like when you're trying to educate them on something or describe something, they just don't seem to understand. They just don't seem to get it. So these are just a few of the signs of a blue ray, and I hope that this resonated with you. If you feel like you resonate with the blue ray, please leave a comment below. Now let's go on into the next wave, which is our indigos. So the purpose, first, the indigos, they first integrated in the late 70s and in the 80s. Also, they could be into the 90s. So if you were born in 98, 99, and you feel like these signs really resonate with you, you could totally be an indigo. Don't get stuck up on the dates. These are just overall references. And the overall purpose of the indigos is they came here to elevate the vibration of humanity, and they're pretty much the system breakers. They are the rebels. They tend to do what is outside of the norm. They break the box. They do not stay inside the box whatsoever. So some of the signs of an indigo is that they're very strong-willed, and they tend to be non-responsive to authority, and they are also very highly sensitive beings. They possess a strong feeling of reason for being here, but at the same time, they feel a little unsure as to what that exact reason is. But this reason usually comes through their awakening process. They have a desire for a fair and just world. They tend to live a life full of meaning rather than just trying to make money. They possess empathetic abilities, and they possess, they're more sensitive either emotionally or even physically. So the difference between emotional sensing and physically sensing when it comes to empathy is going to be if you have a physical pain or illness or something is stuck energetically in your body, they can feel that. And emotional sensitivity is if you're feeling any type of emotional sadness, happiness, or excitement, whatever it is, they can pick up on that. Indigos tend to be highly intelligent beings. They may have been diagnosed at an early age with ADD or ADHD, and they're very sensitive to chemicals, whether that be chemical smells or chemicals in clothes. Any type of chemicals they're very sensitive to. They're also sensitive to very disruptive tendencies. So for instance, fluorescent lighting or loud noises, it really affects them. They're just very, very sensitive to that. So those are the main signs that I have for our indigos. Let's go ahead and move on to the next wave. So our next wave is the crystal wave, okay, or crystal children. And these beings most likely came to Earth in the 90s and into the early 2000s. And their main purpose was to come and elevate the vibration of humanity, again, but in a different way. A way of love and acceptance, really bringing unity to humanity into this planet. They are part of the process of elevating our vibration into a golden era. Some of the signs of crystal starseeds is, first of all, they don't understand shame because they are all about love and acceptance, and they feel that everyone is here ready to live in their own right. So no one's doing it wrong. So they really don't understand discrimination. So sexual preferences, sexual orientation, race none of that matters. It's all accepted. And in fact, they were definitely the ones that started the movement towards gay rights, that transgenders should have all rights, and, you know, abolishing racism in all capacities. They feel that everyone is to be loved and accepted. They are very kind, compassionate, understanding beings. They possess strong psychic abilities, and they tend to be idealist versus materialistic. They're very forgiving, almost to a fault. They have to be careful. They usually are diagnosed with ADD, ADHD, or autism. Definitely, these beings are drawn to a vegetarian or a vegan lifestyle. They're trusting to a point of being almost naive. And they are highly sensitive to foods and chemicals. So if you're a crystal starseed, you most likely have a food sensitivity due to the impurities that are here on our planet in our food. They are also prone to depression just because they clearly see the horrors that are happening within our world, and it's very, very hard for them. They just completely suffer that not enough positive change is being done to fix these issues of our world because they can clearly see that there's a cure. They are also natural healers, empaths. They usually don't like crowded places, and overall they're advocates for peace and love, and they're very anti-war. So those are the main signs for our crystal starseeds. Let's move to our fourth and final wave, the rainbow children. So what's exciting about the rainbow children is that they first came to Earth, some say in the 2000s, but it's most likely that in 2012, and even now, some of them are still being born. And what's really special about this wave is that these are fresh beings. Okay, they've never come to Earth before, so they have no karmic debt, which is truly lovely. They are definitely like the fresh starters. As opposed to our previous waves, all of the previous waves would be old souls. Everyone's gonna say, you have an old soul quality, or I can tell you're an old soul. That's because the other waves may have come here to Earth many, many times, again and again, to implement, to help raise the vibration of Earth. Whereas rainbow children, this is their first time here. So they have no karma. And what's really cool about them is that they are very in tune with their higher self, and they connect to higher dimensions very easily. They just already are tapped in, tuned in, and turned on, as Abraham Hicks would say. So let's go, their purpose. Sorry, I was just about to jump into the signs. The purpose of the rainbow children is to help remind us who we are, our own authenticity, and how to connect to our higher selves and really sync up to that self. Some of the signs is that rainbow children are usually born into functioning, drama-free families. So they most likely were born, like their parents were either crystal or indigos. And they live in this like harmony, this harmonic family. Another sign of the crystal children is that they're very loving and forgiving. They tend to be service-oriented, they possess many psychic gifts, and they are very environmental. So these could be very young children telling their mom that they don't want to eat animals because they already know that that causes harm to not only the animal, but to our environment, and in the end, to our own bodies. They are highly sensitive and most likely empaths. They're fearless. They know that they are divinely protected. They know that they have their team of guides and angels, and so they just have like overall less fear of failure, which I think is really cool. They are healers, and they love to heal through color. So they love to dress in a lot of color, maybe tie-dyes, and they even heal with colors. They love to be in colorful environments, hence the name Rainbow Child. They're all about the colors. They're very helpful and generous, and they both have this beautiful balance of masculine and feminine energy, just really beautifully in harmony with themselves. And their last sign is that they are manifesting magicians. Oh my goodness, they can manifest so easily. If they want something, they most likely will get it by the end of that day or the next day. It'll just happen like that. That's how amazing these beings are. So you guys, that's it for our 4 waves. When they got here, their purpose, and some of their signs. I'm very curious to know which one you resonated with the most. You can also resonate with several of them. For me, for instance, I resonate a little bit with the indigo and a whole lot with the crystal. So I feel like I must have been on the cusp or something because I feel like I have a little bit of both. So let me know what you think which wave you think you're from in the comment section below. And the next video that I'm going to be creating is actually going to be about our galactic families. So each of these waves, I mean starseeds in general, all came from different races of our ancestral beings, or what some people would call aliens. And we all come from a different star system. And those star systems, those galactic families, they have very specific traits and even likes and dislikes. So if you're wanting to go deeper into this and find out who your galactic family may be, and I'm sure you guys have heard, if you're into this stuff, I'm sure you've heard of some of these, which would be the Pleiadians, Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans. We're going to be tapping more into that and their likes, dislikes, attributes, even physical appearances. And this will really help you connect with remembering who you originally are and where you came from. So if you're interested in that, hit that little subscribe button so you know that I posted that next video. I will be posting it up just a few days after this one, and we will dive into the fun of all of our galactic families. So you guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you are doing well. I'm sending you out love and blessings from where I am. And I hope that you are also staying cool this summer and having a lot of fun. Okay, you guys, can't wait to see you in the next video.